States. It's Mark from the United States.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Mark from the States. How are we doing today? I'm doing fantastic. I know you all, at least I hope you all are fantastic as well. Big Fake Couch today, hidden secrets of the Mersey Tunnel. This is now going to focus on the deep shafts. It's kind of a continuation. Please go support Venture Me. Great channel. Really is a really good channel. You really need to go and check it out if you don't already. A lot of people said, yeah, we'd love to see more. I instantly was like, great, let's do more. I would love to, watch this with you and get the feedback, because I get so much information to do the bulk of the learning. I get so much from the video itself, but I get a bulk of learning after the fact in the comments and emails of people telling me other little tidbits and historical stuff and just information that, is not covered in the video or whatever. And it's just really cool. Plus, I love watching Darren do his thing. He does a lot of cool and interesting things. It's fun to watch. So please go support his channel. Link will be in the description to his channel and this video, of course. So, Big Fake Couch, you know the drill. Let's get into it. But first, before we start, I want to jump out. These are amazing. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Let's get into this part on the Mersey Tunnel.
Welcome back to our Hidden Secrets series at the Mersey Tunnel. In this video, we're going to explore the George's Dock building, its huge ventilation fans, and some hidden rooms. Let's start by entering the airlock doors in the roof of the building.
Okay, so we're about to go through the big red door with the precarious looking door handles. So this is going to be the ventilation room, all the machinery to keep the air moving around the tunnels. So let's head inside.
Pretty important. Keep that air going, right?
This is what we like. Going down into the underbelly.
Foul air vents.
Wow, how big this is already. You can smell all the exhaust fumes in here. Just look at the size of this room. So this is inside the George's Dock tower that you see from outside. Got the huge turbine engines down there, driving a big propeller in there, I presume. And pumping all the air around the various tunnels, or the tunnel, which is a few hundred yards below us, and heading off that way. You can see all the soot on the walls here.
Oh gosh, hope we have a mask.
Where the exhaust fumes are coming in. There's the chimney vent for the tunnel, right down there. It's really hard to describe, but it smells like a bus garage. You can smell the exhaust fumes in here coming up from that tunnel. All the carbon monoxide.
Oh God.
The size of these big drums here. So I'm presuming they hold the propellers in there. Another one here. And here we go. Look at the size of that.
Brown and Sons.
Okay, so just behind me, this huge motor here driving this turbine to my right. It's actually made, I don't know if you can see it on there, but it says made in Huddersfield. So a bit of Yorkshire engineering there, right behind us.
So there we go, a clearer shot there.
David Brown
where these
Sons.
gearboxes were made. So this is a gearbox on the right hand side, and you've got the actual motor on the left, but it was made in Huddersfield. And then here's the actual motor here driving the turbine.
At least it didn't say made in China, right? I love the fact that you make that stuff there, you use it there. It's awesome.
Turbine, which So for any of you fortunate enough to drive an Aston Martin, you would have heard of the DBS gearbox. Well, there it is. That is where it comes from. And that is a DBS gearbox.
So right behind me, we're looking at one of the giant turbines or the exhaust fans here. Now it's a bit dark in here, but you can just see it behind me. That is probably 20 feet high, being turned by this motor at the side of me. So obviously that's driving or sucking the air out of the tunnel and drawing it up the ventilation shaft just down here, and then eventually up out of the roof, getting all those car exhaust fumes out of the tunnel. Now you can't get it on the camera. It's so weird how big that is. That is massive.
Dang.
Looking down the 200-foot shaft into the exhaust chamber.
There's a ladder right over here.
All the dirty smoke.
How would you like to be maintaining that?
That is amazing.
All that crap that on the bars there.
There's an airlock door. You can see these huge chambers here.
That's the base of the motor.
So the basin for the turbine. So this is what I was saying about how big they are. It's got a whole bottom half here just for the turbine, and on that side as well, another one there.
The fans for the two floors of the building.
Modern fan
And then
power.
GE1 for George's Dock fan 1, and another over there for fan 2.
This is wild.
And we've got this vintage looking contraption here.
And starter.
These are the old starter motors, the original ones. It used to be oil through a weir system. These are the starter motors, so it's on a slate bed.
So this contains the original starter motors for the fans from the early 1930s, or from the 1930s. They
Crazy.
don't use them any longer, and she was just saying mainly because they can't find the people to repair them when they break down. So they've upgraded it to a modern system now, but these do still work, or they could still work. You can see again the old
Nobody knows how to fix them.
porcelain breakers up there that we saw in Winter Gardens, if you remember that. The old porcelain breakers.
That's so
So
wild.
just behind me here, let me get this right, is what is known as a mercury arc rectifier. I think I got that right. And basically it was used to control the lifts. We're not sure how, so comments down below how this used to work. But we do know that it used to glow up. Obviously mercury, when it gets hot, glows. In this glass tube here. How it worked, we do not know. But it is, I am told, incredibly rare. And apparently it's very well sought after this. They're keeping hold of it here, and so they should.
Absolutely. I mean, just a take. Oh, wow. There's one in action. Dang, that is weird looking. So what? So wild.
So as we're making our way around inside this building, you'll notice all these well, I thought they were tiles, but they're not. They're actually glazed brick. There you go. So they are all over this building, as you will see. Some of them are covered in soot in the ventilation room, as you would expect. But they are. So heading further down in the George's Dock building.
Just
So
keeps
the
going
massive
down
chamber
and
that
down.
you saw right at the top of the stairs with the big fans in, that is for the foul air from the tunnels. Now we're going to be heading into the fresh air part of the tunnel, or the building, should I say. So this is, I'm presuming, at ground level now.
Yep, so that's behind our big green loading bay doors.
So there's the loading bay. So this is now where we draw in the fresh air from outside and pump it into the tunnel. So it's basically a giant loop going round. But again, you can see the arc here for one of the drums that hold the turbines. So Like I say, we're now in the lower level, so we're at ground level, or just below ground level now. And you can see just up there is the foundation for the other room above, which housed the large turbines for the foul air. But just look at the size of that steelwork or the ironwork up there, holding all that weight above us.
Okay, so we're quite lucky today because we're gonna see a fan starting up right behind me here. You're gonna see the doors open and the turbine or the fan start to turn. As you just told me, 25 tons of weight on that fan there. That's gonna start turning.
Jeez.
So let's get a good shot and we'll trigger the fan startup. Here we go.
What it must have taken to build these things. Just wild. The idea of going, hey, if we need to suck the bad air out, push the good air in, let's get these huge fans, you know, just remarkable.
So there we go. It started up from stationary to only half speed, so it can go double the speed of that.
Really?
Just get you a bit of a closer shot. It's so good. Just to hear it start up and watch these giant doors open. So like I was saying a minute ago, this is the fresh air room or the fresh air intake. So this is where the fan sucks all the fresh air in and pumps it into the tunnel, as opposed to the foul air room, which was at the top of the building. Now, you can see how far up the building this goes if you just look up there. So the fresh air comes in from up there, through the fence on the building, into this room, into the fans, which then get turned around and pumped 125 feet below the ground and down into the tunnel and into the vent shaft in the tunnel, which we'll see. And again, you've got the huge drums behind me here. You see the large round-shaped drum, I don't know what you would call them, containers. Housing, there you go, housing.
Fan housing.
For the large
Fan
turbines.
housing, yes.
So as you can see in here, everything is a lot cleaner, as it would be. There's no soot, or not much anyway,
Right.
on any of this paint or the tile, or sorry, the bricks. I was going to say the tiles, the bricks. So the only muck you're going to get on the bricks in here is going to be from the dirty air outside. But we won't talk about that.
So we're currently in the airlock, just exiting the chamber where the fans were. So every time you exit, you've got to go through double doors, which are airlocked. But we've just spotted this old-looking room here, and they're not sure what it is, but I'd hazard a guess, maybe some kind of a coal bunker or storage area of some sort. It's not much to see, really. It's empty, and yeah, it would have been used for something back in the day. Like I say, we are beneath the ground now, so we're below ground level.
Wow.
Some more rooms here. Again, below the ground level now, so we are heading down towards the tunnel. There's some old batteries there, she was just saying. And another empty room here. So lots of these old Art Deco bunkers underground. So this is a more modern fan chamber in here. Again, for fresh air.
Central tunnel vent radiation.
So if we just look up here, that's back up to street level there.
Okay.
And we've got a bit of debris on the filter up there for the Liverpool homecoming parade. You can see a few cans of Stella up there, a few bottles of water. But anyway, this is the vent intake, and then obviously the air would come in here and into these modern turbines. And like I said, she said modern, but these are from the 1960s. Now, they do work, but they don't use them today. They still use the original ones. So these are what you would find in the Kingsway Tunnel, which is the more modern 1960s tunnel further up the river. And she said they don't need them anymore today because cars have got cleaner engines today than what they used to do. So they don't require them anymore because the two older ones are sufficient enough. But if they want to, they can use these. And they roll around on tracks as well, as you can see down there. So they can be swapped around and moved about as well, which is brilliant.
Join me in the next episode where we venture below the ground, through the service corridors and into the Queensway Tunnel. Even going below the road deck and into the hidden sections of the tunnel.
Yeah, I want to see that.
See you in the next one.
Yes, we're definitely going to see that one. Please go support his channel. We are definitely going to do the What's Underneath video this week coming up. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and safe. Interesting, the fans, that they're still using those older fans. They don't have to now because the cars are a little more efficient, which is good to hear. But they could use those more modern ventilation if they need to. So that's always good. Incredible feat of engineering. It's just, and now with the second video and then soon a third, just the engineering that goes through all this stuff is just, and smart people blow me away. It's just people who could think of designing these things, to be able to think on scales of such magnitude, large, projects, to have the forethought and the thought of all the things that need to be. It's wild. All right, that was cool. Go support Adventure Me. It's real important that you do so. Links in the description. Go watch, please. Hope everybody has a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Mark from the States, Mark from the States, it's Mark.